Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, now here I am with another Muppet movie review, and here I am with a review for Muppets from Space. So, yeah, this movie was released in 1999, and yeah, like I said in my last video, uh, yeah, between Muppets Take Manhattan and this film, like the Muppet films that were released like between that time were like the two Muppet films that were like the literary adaptations, so like Muppet Christmas Carol and Muppet Treasure Island. But yeah, this was like the first Muppet film to actually like have like an original Muppet story, or he since Muppets Take Manhattan, and yeah, this was released 15 years after Muppets Take Manhattan. So and yeah, and personally, of all the Muppet feature films, I think that this one is probably the worst one. Yeah, because this film really was not a big hit when it was released, and plus, yeah, it didn't even make its budget back. This film only grossed about um a little over $22 million against its $24 million budget. So this film actually did lose some money. So it wasn't really like a big financial success when it was released, and even like the Muppet film that came before this one, which was Muppet Treasure Island. Yeah, even that film really was not really a huge financial success either. So yeah, I'm not really sure why the Muppet films were kind of like didn't do very well financially for a point, like with a Muppet Treasure Island and this film. Yeah, I'm not really sure why, but yeah, I guess due to like the Muppets kind of really not do being like real big financial hits in their films with those two. Yeah, I think that could probably be the reason why there wasn't another Muppet film made for quite some time after this film was released. Yeah, the next Muppet film wasn't released until like 12 years after this film, which was of course the 2011 Muppet movie. So I guess like that could probably be the reason why it wasn't until then that another Muppet film was made. Yeah, yeah, and this film, yeah, I can kind of see why this film really didn't do that well because yeah, I mean, it does still have like some humor to it, and yeah, you still do have like all the famous Muppet characters in this film. Yeah, you still do have a Kermit, Miss Piggy, a Fozzie, Gonzo, Rizzo, and yeah, all of like, the other famous Muppet characters. So yeah, you still do have all them, but I don't know, just the humor kind of seems like kind of a cut back in this film, and plus yeah, there isn't really like the same Muppet style humor that like the other films have been known to have because I don't remember any kind of fourth wall jokes in this movie like the other films had. Like they don't even acknowledge that this is a movie or anything. So yeah, I think that could probably be another reason why this film really like didn't do that well because I mean it just didn't like have the same Muppet style humor. So I guess that's probably like one of the drawbacks that this film has and why people really like I didn't really yeah they didn't praise this film as much as they have the other films. So and yeah, this film also does kind of like have a darker tone to it than the other Muppet films have. Where like with the other Muppet films, there really isn't like any sort of like villain or antagonist or anything in the films, and they really do like just make it kind of like a a Muppet style story, just like where the Muppets do like go through conflict, but yeah, there really is no like actual like villain or anything in the films. In this film, I guess like there really isn't like an absolutely like true villain in the film. The main antagonist for this film like does like, sort of come across as a villain at first, But then, like, over time, he does, like, end up, like, changing his ways. And, yeah, after, like, he does, like, discover what he wanted to, then that's when he, like, really does have a change of heart and really doesn't really, like, he doesn't come across as a villain anymore. So, yeah. But still, like, throughout the majority of the film, he does, like, make him, like, seem like an antagonistic villain in this film. Yeah, and this movie was like under the direction of Tim Hill, and Tim Hill really hasn't had a very good record when it comes to his his when he's directed films because yeah he's directed like films like Max Keeble's Big Move, Garfield and the Tale of Two Kitties, Alvin and the Chipmunks. So judging by that, like you could probably tell, like he doesn't have like a really good record when it comes to directing films. But but I guess like this is probably like one of the better films that he has directed. So yeah, and plus this movie. This was also the last Muppet movie that Frank Oz actually did like work on before he actually did like retire from like any Muppet performances. So yeah, so Muppet Take Manhattan was the last Muppet film that Jim Henson worked on while he was alive, and yeah, this was the last one Frank Oz worked on before he retired. So yeah, kind of it's kind of unfortunate that the two main creators for the Muppets and stuff like ended up like uh, finishing off their careers with it in back-to-back films. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But I mean, overall, is this like really a terrible film? Well, no, I really don't think it's terrible. I mean, it's really hard for me to really say that this is actually a bad film because I mean, it does. Yeah, this film overall, I do still think that the premise overall, it is still like an interesting premise because the premise of this film is like uh, the focus on this film is really like on Gonzo, and in this film, like what it's about is how Gonzo like because he's like very like a very like unknown type of creature. He's like starting to like really feel like depressed about that, and then eventually like it's revealed to Gonzo that had he was originally like an alien from outer space, and he's been like separated from his family, and yeah, and throughout this film, really like what it's about is like Gonzo really trying to find a way to communicate with his family to reunite with them again, and like throughout the film, like the other Muppets really don't believe what uh what Gonzo is really saying about his alien family, and as it's going on, like the main antagonist of the film, as I mentioned, like who like runs a government organization, mentioned like he's really like trying to prove that aliens are real, and so yeah, he's trying to use Gonzo as the key to convince it, and so yeah, he's trying to like get information from Gonzo to really prove it to his superiors about it, and then yeah, he's just like really trying to steal all the information from Gonzo's mind and actually take his brain out. So yeah, kind of like a darker premise for a Muppet film than like the Muppets are known for having. Yeah, yeah, and this film actually does like have like for the human cast, this film actually does have like some actors I am actually familiar with. Like the main human cast in this film are like features like Jeffrey Tambor, Pat Hingle, and Rob Schneider. And once again, this film does have several other celebrity cameos in it. Like this film has cameos from celebrities such as David Arquette, Josh Charles, Kathy Griffin, Ray Liotta, Katie Holmes, and even Hulk Hogan has a cameo in this film as well, which was actually kind of funny. I mean, yeah, even like in this film, Hulk Hogan is playing himself, but as like one of Tambor's characters' workers in this film, and yeah, And then like when Hulk Hogan like makes his appearance in this film, like he is still like acting as just his himself, health, and stuff. So yeah, I thought it was like kind of funny that Hulk Hogan actually did make an appearance in this film. So yeah, I'll put Hulk Hogan's cameo from this film down in the description if you want to see it, because yeah, it is a pretty funny cameo. So yeah. So overall, I mean, I can't really say that this is necessarily a bad film, even though that it wasn't really a huge financial success. But yeah, I did still like get some enjoyment out of this film. I mean, like I said, I do still think that, well, yeah, it is like probably the worst of the theatrical Muppet films, but I can't really say that there's really like nothing in this film that's really worth watching. Like, if you can really like put up with the like different tone this movie does have, and the lack of like fourth wall jokes it has, I mean, if you really still just like want to see the Muppets, it's still, I mean, you will like, I think you still can like get some enjoyment out of it. Like, this film won't really like necessarily like bore you to death, but yeah, it just really is not like the traditional Muppet project that you would expect if you really are like diehard fans of the Muppets. So, so yeah, all I can really say is just like, if you like the Muppets, just yeah, check this film out and draw your own conclusion to it. So yeah, overall, I would probably give this film like 3 stars out of 4. I mean, yeah, definitely like a pretty uh uh lower score than I did have given the other Muppet movies so far, and it probably is going to be the lowest score that I give all these Muppet movies that I will be talking about. So yeah, worst Muppet film probably, but I mean, still it is good, and you still can get some enjoyment out of it. Just yeah, it's a very different take for a Muppet film than the usual ones. So yeah, okay, so yeah, let me just talk about the premise of the film. So yeah, as the movie starts off like it is like kind of like showing like how Gonzo was really just like an unknown creature, because yeah, it starts off like as Gonzo was like having some dreams of like abandonment and rejection, and yeah, the film starts with like Gonzo like having a dream of like Noah's Ark, and yeah, because like Gonzo was just like identified as a whatever, he was like denied entry onto Noah's Ark. And then, yeah, Gonzo then just like started to realize like that he really is just alone in the world. Yeah, and then like one morning, as like Gonzo was just like talking to Kermit about like how he's just like tired of just always being referred to as a whatever. Then like I guess Gonzo would then just like having some cereal like there was like an alien race then like just like trying to send a Gonzo a message through the cereal. Yeah, the cereal is like an alphabet cereal, and then yeah, it was just like spelling out watch from the roof or something. And so, or watch the sky rather, yeah. And then yeah, that's when like Gonzo then started to realize that he might not be so alone. And then later that night, as he was like watching the sky from the rooftop of the house, as Gonzo then was suddenly struck by lightning, and then I think showed like Gonzo like just like being transported into space, and he was just like flying up into space, and then it like showed that there were like a pair of cosmic knowledge fish that were able to talk to Gonzo, and then they were like revealing Gonzo's origins, that he is actually like an alien from outer space. Yeah, and then yeah, Gonzo was then like trying to tell Kermit and the others about like the existence of aliens and his origins, but yeah, nobody like ended up believing him. And then yeah, then it was like shown that there was like this a government organization and known as a Cobnet, which is like disguised as just a cement factory that's run by um K. Edgar Singer, and as I said, like he is trying to just like really convince his superiors that of the existence of aliens, and it's shown that in this film, Bobo Bear is one of his assistants, and under the name of Agent Rentro. Yeah, and then once he found out about like a Gonzo like talking about like how he's an alien, then like he had a couple of his agents then just to bring Gonzo to him. And yeah, and then uh yeah, like a singer, well, yeah, he was like saying that he goes by like Ed for like short for Edgar. Or, yeah, so Ed then like was trying to like really interrogate Hanzo, and Rizzo was still also there with a Gonzo, and then and yeah, Ed was like aware of like the alien systems to communicate, and yeah, he felt that a Gonzo would like be the key to really convince his superiors of the alien's existence, and so that and as a Gonzo and Rizzo were taken to Covenant by one of Ed's other agents, Barker, as uh, Ed was talking to Gonzo, Rizzo was like really like being very silly and really like making jokes at Ed, and so then yeah, Ed then like had oh, another one of his workers who like was Hulk Hogan, as I said. Yeah, he came in, and then yeah, he then just like ended up flushing a Rizzo down a tube that like led to like like a rat training and medical research area research center that was held by um Dr. Tucker, who was like a Covenant scientist that was in charge of the medical research, and he was played by David Arquette. And then yeah, it showed that there were like other of the Muppet Rats down in the facility with Rizzo as well. Yeah, and then after like Miss Piggy then like interrogated Barker about where Gonzo was taken and what their plans are, then yeah, Miss Piggy and informed the other Muppets about it, and then Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie, Peppy, and Animal then set off to rescue Gonzo and Rizzo. Oh, that they like, and they also like got some inventions from Bunsen and Beaker to use, which was a door in a jar, a rubber duck that like had some invisible spray and some mind control gas. And then as Gonzo was like locked up, there was like an alien that was channeling his voice through a sandwich. Then was like talking to Gonzo and just asking where the alien ship can land. Then Gonzo then suggested the Cape Doom beach, and then Rentro was actually listening in on that. And then, as like the other Muppets ended up arriving, they then used like the invisibility spray to sneak into the base. And then eventually, Rizzo was able to like get him and the other rats out of the research facility, and then yeah, as of then uh, Ed then like decided that he would have to extract Gonzo's brain to get all the information of the aliens. As Dr. Van Neuter was like preparing to dissect Gonzo's brain, Rizzo and the other rats were able to free Gonzo and attack Dr. Van Neuter. And as a Singer and his one of his superiors, General Luft, and we're just watching inside of the dissection room. Like it was just like shown that uh, Dr. Van Hooter was just screaming everywhere and running all over the place, and then Lufton just like didn't believe what Ed was saying, and then just like fired him and left, and then the other Muppets then arrived and they were able to help Gonzo and Rizzo and the other rats get out of the base, but then eventually Rentro then revealed to Ed that Gonzo was headed for Cape Doom, and then Ed then decided to give chase to Gonzo, and he had a weapon that he would use on the aliens, which was known as a subatomic neutral destabilizer. Sorry, and then after Rentro told Ed that his car was impounded due to unpaid parking tickets, they then just used a cement truck that was from the company to chase after Gonzo and the other Muppets. And then Gonzo told the other Muppets about Cape Doom, and while the Muppets still didn't believe what Gonzo was saying, they still decided to go to Cape Doom. And once they arrived, then there was just a crowd of happy, spectators that were waiting for the aliens' arrival, and an hour passed by, and there was no aliens, but then the aliens then ended up coming down. Their ship then landed, and then all of the aliens who resembled Gonzo explained to Gonzo that many years ago they lost him, but they're now welcoming him back into the family. And as Gonzo was preparing to leave with his family, Singer then arrived, and then he was going to use the stabilizer or to kill the aliens, but then there was nothing in the destabilizer laser, and then it was revealed that Rentro actually removed the battery from it. Alright, and then everybody then was just laughing at Ed, but then Ed then was just invited by the aliens to come with them as Earth's ambassador, which he accepted now that he discovered the existence of aliens. And then as Gonzo was then saying goodbye to the other Muppets, and as he was preparing to walk aboard the ship, then Gonzo then just decided that he couldn't leave the other Muppets, and that his home was down there on Earth with the other Muppets. So then Gonzo then said goodbye to his family, and he then embraced all the other Muppets, and then the ship then ended up taking off. And then as it was taking off, it then just showed all the Muppets then just watching the stars from the roof of their house. And then Gonzo was then just telling Kermit why his family supposedly asked him to build a jacuzzi. But then Peppy then ended up just chuckling, and it was revealed that earlier on that Peppy and Rizzo were actually the ones that asked Gonzo to build the jacuzzi, pretending to be his family. And then that's how the movie ended. So like I said, I mean, it is a pretty different take for a Muppet film than the other ones were, and there really aren't any fourth wall jokes, and it is a pretty darker Muppet film than the other ones. But I mean, I can't really say that it is overall bad. I mean, I still did enjoy the film. I mean, there are still some funny moments. Like I said, Hulk Hogan's cameo was real funny in it, and the Muppets still overall, while there are no fourth wall jokes, they still do have their share of humor to it. When all the rats are attacking Dr. Van Neuter and stuff like that. So I mean, there is still a fair share of humor to it. It's just not the traditional Muppet humor that I think a lot of people would expect when watching the Muppets. So if you can put up with that, and if you still are just want to see the Muppets, I think that you will still like this film just fine. So. Now, like I said, 3 stars out of 4. I mean, if there is a Muppet film that you would really say probably that if you like have to like cut a Muppet film if you want to watch all of them, I think that this is probably one that you could probably do for the best. But I mean, I still think that if you still like the Muppets, and if you can take the fact that there really isn't the traditional Muppet style humor, I still think that this film is still like worth a viewing at least. So yeah. So yeah, like I said, if you're a fan of the Muppets, just check it out and just draw your own conclusion to it. Yeah, it really comes down to like if you can handle the different tone for it. So yeah, that's what it really comes down to. So yeah, but overall, I still do think that it is an enjoyable film. So yeah, like I said, 3 stars out of 4. All right, so I guess that's all I can really say about it. So yeah, this is it from my review of Muppets from Space. So I hope you guys did enjoy this review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.